Good morning. Contact tracing effectiveness has been put into question due to recent events around the world. How do teachers feel about contact tracing within Xavier High School? Is it really as safe and accurate as experts claim? Let's head to Monarca live at Xavier High School with some important questions for members of faculty and staff.
I really defer to the experts on that. I don't know the extent or the thinking completely behind it, so I defer to the experts on it. But I think what's important is that we listen to the experts and we do what we need to do to keep us safe. Well, again, I'm not an expert, right? I'm not a doctor, so I defer to the experts. But I think what we do know is that we do have to defer to doctors and experts when it comes to keeping us healthy and safe. So I think it's really important to follow the protocols and the directions that have been put forth by those people. I think it's always important to carefully balance, right, freedom and the health and safety of individuals. So I think it's always a balance, and we always have to weigh the costs and benefits for any sort of decisions that we make in society. Again, always weighing the pros and cons and the health risks with that of our freedoms and liberties. So I think it's a legitimate thing to think about. It certainly seems as though it's an opportunity for us to be able to stay in school, to be able to have events, to be able to have in-person classes. So as long as we're able to have school and to be in person, if that's something that allows us to do that, then I certainly think that it's a reasonable thing to do. Well, I think, obviously guidelines are constantly being provided to us by the administration in terms of the best way to do that. So I think with experience and again with the advisement of experts and other people who have kind of gone through this, I think it's important to listen to those people and to improve wherever we can.
I think it's a good idea. I think, if you want to try to keep the infection as low as possible, the infection rate as low as possible, you got to find out who possibly has been infected, who is infected, and try to eliminate the spread in that way. I think for it to be really effective, people have to actually participate in contact tracing, which I'm assuming is happening. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I think, I really see it as a trade-off with privacy. Like the idea of somebody calling you up and being like, hey, we think you might be infected, or hey, who did you infect, really has very little to do with privacy. I think like the construction of an argument where privacy somehow is at the center of it is a completely false argument. Yeah, absolutely. I don't, short of like a massive testing program, which, we kind of bungled right from the beginning, any kind of investment in a massive testing program, not Xavier, but like the country, where we actually could have found out the actual shape, size, and form of the infection and had gotten a much, much better handle on what we were actually dealing with. Other than the fact that we are trying to do it, as far as I know, from what I've been told, and I believe, I don't know sort of how they're going about doing it, so I don't really know how we could make it more effective, because I'm not sure how we're doing it.
Well, there you have it. As you can see, there are differing opinions on contact tracing's effectiveness, but overall, the goal is the same: preventing and stopping COVID in its tracks.